Hey everyone, I'm shooting this video because I just subscribed to an article writing service that uses AI or artificial intelligence to write articles based on keywords and sub-keywords that you give them. And so far, the content that I've been getting back is actually blowing my mind. And I wanted to show you that. So this is ArticleForge. And typically you enter a main keywords and it'll give you guidelines on how to use it. There's also training videos that you should watch to learn. But if you're building rank and rent sites and you don't want to hire content writers, you want your content a lot faster, because ArticleForge will write your articles within 3 minutes, 4 minutes, depending on the length of the article. I've been writing long 750 word articles, and it's taking me about 3 or 4 minutes to get each article back. You can use ArticleForge to do that instead of waiting on a content writer. And now the quality of the content, typically AI content or spun content comes out really kind of not that well, but I want to give you an example of some of the content I've been writing today. So as an example, I was just doing like a deck builder in Des Moines, and you can see, I'll just read a bit of this content. So tips to find a deck builder in Des Moines. When you need a deck builder in Des Moines, the search is not always easy to make. You have the option of approaching local builders as well as contractors who are working outside of Iowa. The latter are often better than contractors that are operating out of their home states. If you live in Iowa and are just looking for a deck contractor, Des Moines has several choices. So then it goes on to give a couple tips, like find a builder who's certified, check whether the contract has any experience, look up different references, talk to friends or acquaintances. And this article was like literally written for me by putting in the keyword deck builder in Des Moines. And then I also had the ability to say, do you want to add images? Do you want to add videos? It added images for me. Okay, it added relevant videos for me and wrote this content for me all in about 3 minutes, which was pretty amazing. So let's look at some of the other content. I was just playing around. You can see the main keyword and then the sub keyword. So that was deck builders in Des Moines. Here I tried Des Moines, Iowa, and then deck building company as the sub. And it came out nothing really about deck building, but it did come out with things to see and do in Des Moines, Iowa. And if you've watched any of Matt's trainings, when he says, you want a page that talks about the main attractions of a certain city to add to your site, this whole article is about things to see and do in Des Moines, Iowa. It took 3 minutes and spit out this content just absolutely beautifully. A bunch of hyphenated things that we could use as H2s to optimize, and the content reads extremely well. So then we continued on. I wrote a fourth article trying to get better, and then choose the right deck building company to get the results you want. So looking for a deck building company in Iowa with more than 200 decks and patio construction companies to choose from. Finding the right one can seem like a daunting task. So then, it goes on to talk about things that you want to look for. Once again, adds pictures, adds images, and the content is excellent. And not only is the content excellent on a sentence per sentence structure, but the article actually has flow. I mean, each paragraph flows to the next subject matter really, really well. And I'm going to go to another one. So then I tried deck building company Des Moines, guarantee. Okay. And this one wrote about the deck side company, but it was a little weird, but it also included a bunch of really cool stuff that I didn't know existed in deck building in Des Moines. So like the builder's warranty program, the CDLP, the SPAA, the Safety and Planning Association, Deckside Institute. And literally these 4 articles, they come out with such excellent content, pictures, readability. And they're all about 750 words, which is the really cool thing. I can combine any of this content onto my site any way I want. And if I'm missing a piece of content on my homepage, I could just have ArticleForge write it. I can say, write me 500 words on tips for deck builders, and then go in and add my geographical relevance by just adding a bit more content. But I'm absolutely amazed at the quality of content that's coming out of ArticleForge, because it's all AI. It's completely rewritten from the ground up. They're not scraping, they're not grabbing anything. They're just AI writing the company. They're AI writing the content, and it's just been phenomenal so far. And I'm so excited about this. Bunch of other cool features that they have is the articles can be spun, okay, with Spintax, meaning that if you build a website in one and you build content for a website in one city, you literally can spin that content to get another unique set of content for your next site or your other properties or your backlinks, stuff like that, Web 2.0s. Okay, so you can have spun content. It spits it out all for you. Obviously, the main feature is it writes amazing content extremely fast. You could hook it up to your WordPress blogs to send your posts into it. If you run any sort of link building or Web 2.0 properties, or you have a blog attached to your site where you want to constantly add fresh, relevant content to a blog, you can actually set up ArticleForge to auto post articles into your blog for you. So you can set up a bulk article. If you go to new article and you switch to a bulk article generator, this will give you bulk articles that will automatically send to your WordPress blog, and you can schedule posts. It does have an API, which we're likely going to build into Project Supremacy V3 just because it's so amazing of a tool. So there's all kinds of really cool bits with ArticleForge that just make it like a super easy to use, super fast tool that just I'm just amazed. I'm kind of flabbergasted how good it is for writing lots of content. And that's one of the things that we talk about in rankandrent.club. I say, listen, you got to try and get really unique, fresh, relevant content. And honestly, even at, spending $20 or $30 per 1,000 words from writers, the downside to that is like, writers can take a little while to write content. Like you could be waiting a day, sometimes 2 days or 3 days, whereas ArticleForge, it will spit out content in mere minutes. And each time you need writing from a content writer, you're going to pay them $20 to $30. Okay. And that can add up. Even just 10 articles at $30 is $300, which that math, the reason I used it is because I just paid for an annual subscription to ArticleForge where I can have as many articles as I want written for me for $324 per year. So they have two options: an annual plan for $324 per year, or a monthly plan for $57 per month. The annual plan is almost half the cost over the course of a year, so I signed up for that right away. And this is a subscription that I will 100% not be canceling. I'll be keeping it because not only can I be using these content for my blogs or for my money sites, I can use the content to start building out blogs. I can use the content for my PBN posts if I want to build out Web 2.0 properties with additional content. I can do that. And I also noticed in ArticleForge that they do have some other pretty cool integrations into other services, such as, let me pause the video and I'll find them. Okay, so if you go here to the help center and then you go into integrations, okay, they have a bunch of other cool integrations that you can work into ArticleForge: Word AI, Ranker X, GSA Search Engine Ranker, SE Nuke TNG, and Cyber SEO. So you can learn more about all those things. It integrates with a lot of things. So there's a whole bunch more features that I haven't even dived into yet. But just for the ability to write really high quality content, if I pay $324 a year, I get as much content as I need. I know with 100% certainty that I can write my own content using ArticleForge on a mass scale for anything, absolutely anything. So I wanted to shoot this video for you guys just to show you ArticleForge. And I highly suggest it if you're serious about building a lot of content and you want to reduce the amount of money that you're going to be paying for content writers, that you check out ArticleForge for yourself. It does come with a 5-day free trial. I'm literally sold, though I signed up for the annual plan on a 5-day free trial, and within the first 4 articles, I'm 100% sold. I will be keeping this subscription. So I highly recommend you guys check it out. There's a button below this video, but I wanted to shoot the video for you guys, show it to you. It's absolutely off the hook. I am absolutely in love with this product, and I hope you guys will be too.